What's up guys, Sean King, Mr. Fence, the Tri-State's biggest fence geek out here today, geeking out on some fence. I'm dedicated and passionate about trying to find the best way to build fence for you guys, our clients in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to improve the quality of the fence, the speed of the fence, and the value or the price of the fence, right? This looks like any other normal dog-eared, pressure-treated fence you'd see anywhere else, but this fence is far from normal. This is not at all normal. What's behind these pickets is what makes this fence so uniquely different than anything else that's been done in our Tri-State. So we got the King Plus, which is 2.5 inch, Schedule 20, 4 feet deep, driven, 4 feet out of ground, 8 foot total. And then we have built boxes to fit around those posts utilizing two 2x4s. These are cut 67.5 inches long, married to a picket with just enough space between the two vertical 2x4s to fit a 2.5, 2 3/8 steel post. So right now guys, we put some 3-inch nails and just shot them in front of the steel post. This is temporary, this is not secure yet. This is only holding it there for construction purposes, so we can run our rails, run our cross grain, get everything nice and straight, and then we come through here with a pre-drill bit and we send 3-inch self-tapping steel screws through here into this post, 6 of them. Once that's married together, there will be no movement in it. King Plus is a way of building fence. It's closely mimicking the traditional method of building wood fence, but building it faster, stronger, and less money. Yes, right. The difference between this is the regular King Plus and this one is this fence is set on max 10-foot centers. So that's 25% less post in the ground. Not all these sections are 10 foot. It's just the max of 10 foot. So on the line is 76 feet. You know, you're around 9 foot and some change. So it's not like we went from 8 to 10 completely, but just opening up the capacity to go up to 10 foot eliminates that post in that line. So right now we're checking to make sure these poles are perfectly plumb, only in line with the fence lines. All we're worried about right now. We're not worried about in and out. So when we attach these rails, we won't be able to change this. We call that attitude adjustment. We have the standard 3 rails that the normal fence would have, but we have cross-grained it with an additional rail on top, and those rails are in this position. So it's turned flat and they're married together. We jump the seams, we call it a staggered joint. From here, there's a splice in the middle of the section, and what that does is strengthens the fence so it's not going to pivot or break apart at the post. We have a 2x4 crossing across that. This is 4 feet in the ground. It's 4 feet above ground, and there is 6 big lags through this wood 2x4 into that steel post and lock those together. Some of the advantages for that is we don't have any warping of this. What would have been a 4x4, we don't have any warping there. We've increased strength by not having a 4x4 that's going to rot off. This galvanized 2.5 inch post is going to outlast the wood on this fence. You can come back in 20 years, take all the wood off, and the post will be fine, and put a new capped post on here and start back over. The other advantage of using these is they are driven 4 feet in the ground. So we did not dig any holes. So if you have a nice grass yard, we're going to send it right through there and there'll be no dirt in your yard whatsoever. On this side, I want to point out the boards are pre-stained. So we dipped every single board into this beautiful stain color here. That allows us to get the fence built and it be stained immediately. If you build a wood fence, you should no longer wait 6 months or a year to stain a fence. It should be done as quickly as possible. Well, you can't get any quicker than before we build it. So we're pre-staining pressure fence now to help reduce the warping, cracking, and all of that stuff that happens with treated lumber. The other thing on this side of the fence is we have 4 nails up top. Those 4 nails, rather than 2, and they're spread out, you're going to reduce the tops from warping. We only have 5 inches of exposed picket above the top 2x4. That is also going to reduce warping of those pickets on top. We're going to have 3 guns going here shortly. We should be wrapping this up pretty soon. So that's 300 feet of fence. Should be no problem to be done by 3 o'clock. And it starts around 9. So definitely a faster installation and strong. I mean, very strong. Just as strong as 8 foot on centers, dig and set with a 4x4. So less warping, less money, better buy for the homeowner. Be different than everybody else. There it is. Boom. Yeah. I know you're thinking that looks like a lot of extra material, maybe even a lot of extra work. How much more is this going to cost me? Right now, it's looking to be about the same exact cost as a generic run-of-the-mill pressure treated fence. It's going to warp everywhere, going to deteriorate and come apart, and the dirt spoils all over your yard. Mr.Fence has perfected this method of King Plus wood fence where you're going to get a stronger product, not going to pay any more money for it. It's going to outlast any traditional built fence. You're not going to have any dirt in your yard. You're going to have less warping for sure. So this is a win-win, win-win. We're bringing this to Evansville. This is happening right now. Let us know if you're in the need for a pressure-treated wood fence, economical wood fence. This is a beautiful economical wood fence. It's going to last you 20 plus years without any headaches. That's the Mr.Fence difference.